So maybe you're sitting here right now feeling absolutely exhausted. Maybe you're working right up until Christmas Eve, or you still have presents to wrap, or you're wondering how on earth you're going to fit everything in. Maybe you had a full-on complainy pants session with someone this week because you are just done. My friend, I get it. I am right there with you. And this episode is all about how to take care of ourselves while we are in the trenches right now. Welcome to the Biking Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Smith, and I lost 50 pounds riding my bike by focusing on what my body can do. Now, I teach other women how to do the same. I am obsessed with completely flipping the script on weight loss so that we can work out to feel good and feel strong. If you are ready to stop dieting, learn how to appreciate your body, and have fun riding your bike, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're just joining us for the very first time, a very special, warm welcome to you. I am so glad you are here. All right, let's talk about what's really going on right now, because I'm going to be honest with you. This week, last week, it's all been a lot. The bathrooms in our history department backed up last week again. All of the hormones, all of the emotions, all of the feelings. And add to that, my perimenopause symptoms are in full force. I've been having constant 4 a.m. wake-ups where I can't fall back to sleep, Christmas cards that I just sent out today, presents that haven't been wrapped, and a packed weekend with game night, cocktail party, my son needing a haircut, baseball lessons. That's what I just came off of. How on the freaking earth am I supposed to fit it all in? So basically, this is all that I'm saying right now, is that if you are feeling this way too, I completely get it. I have been hearing this from every single woman that I've been talking to. One of my friends just brought fabric holiday gift bags because she couldn't wrap one more single thing. Everyone's just totally tapped out. And if this is you right now too, if you're feeling completely overwhelmed and wondering how you're going to make it through the next couple of days, this episode is exactly for you. So by the end of this episode, you're going to know exactly how to take care of yourself when you're running on empty. You're going to have some real practical strategies that you can actually implement even when it feels like you can't do anything else. And you're going to feel less alone because I'm right there with you in the trenches. This is not about being perfect. This is about us getting through together. Okay, let's go. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is catching yourself and shifting your focus. You just heard a huge long rant from me about all of the things that I have to do. But here's the thing that I want you to know right away. In the past, when I would get overwhelmed like this, I would just keep spiraling. I'd keep being miserable. I'd focus on everything that was going wrong and everything I couldn't do and everything I had to do. And it would just get worse and worse. But now I catch myself and I shift my focus. Instead of focusing on everything that's going wrong, I start to focus on what is going right. So instead of focusing on everything I can't do or everything I have to do, I focus on what I can do. This is what taking care of yourself in the trenches actually looks like. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but it's progress. So Friday, after I had my crying session, I could have just stayed in that spiral. I could have kept thinking about all the things I haven't done and all the things I still have to do, how overwhelmed I am. But instead, I asked myself, okay, what can I do to move forward today? What is going to make today just a little bit better than yesterday and make me feel a little bit better right now? And you know what? That pause, that shift changed everything. It didn't make all of my stress go away, but it gave me back some control over my thoughts and my feelings and my day, because I do have control over what I focus on, and I do have control over what I choose to do next. So here's some things that I want you to do when this is happening to you. First of all, notice when you're spiraling and catch yourself. Just as awareness is huge. Ask yourself, what's going right now? Even the little things. What's small that I can actually kind of lean into and appreciate right now? And shift from this idea of, oh my gosh, I have to do everything, there's so much going on, to what can I do to move forward that feels good to me right now? Give yourself permission to focus on making today just a little bit better. And this isn't like, oh my gosh, I'm Pollyanna and everything's amazing. This is just, what would be not quite so awful, horrible, and terrible right now? You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to shift that focus to what you can do. And so that's the mindset shift that I want you to kind of use over the next couple of days. And let me tell you some more really practical things that I'm doing right now to actually kind of take care of myself when I'm running on empty. The next thing I want to talk to you about is giving yourself permission to do what you need to do for you. So I'm going to say something that sounds really simple, but I think we forget this a lot of the times. It's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to medicate when you need to, and it's okay to use the tools that you have. It's okay to do what you need to do to get through. So I literally told someone last week that I was running on ibuprofen and caffeine. And you know what? I am not ashamed to say that. I had a hormone headache. It was absolutely brutal. So I took ibuprofen. I drank coffee. I also take creatine for energy. Do I take ibuprofen every single day? No. But when I really need it, when my head is screaming for it, do I take it? Do I take something? Yes. And here's the thing, that trifecta kicked in and I got stuff done and I felt better. You don't have to just suffer in silence, my friend. You can do things that will make you feel better. Wednesday night I actually had a meeting I was looking forward to, but I felt so run down that I just texted and said I wasn't feeling great and I'm not going to be able to make it. And this was 100% true. I didn't lie. I was overwhelmed. My head was killing me. And instead of, being out of the house until 10 p.m., the flip side was I was bundled up in my jammies on the couch at 9. And that is exactly what I needed. So use the tools you have available to you, whether it be medication, caffeine, supplements, whatever helps you get through and feels reasonable and good to you. There's no shame in doing what you need to do to get through. Protect your energy by saying no when you really need to. Be honest with people. You don't have to lie. I didn't have to say that this, that, and the other thing was going on. I just said, I'm not feeling great. I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. And that was the end of it. You do not need to push through everything. And if someone has a problem with that is their problem, not yours. We are not trying to be perfect. We're trying to get through December without completely falling apart. So if you need to take ibuprofen, you take that ibuprofen. If you need to skip something to protect your energy, this is your permission slip to go ahead and skip it right now. If you need to go to bed at 9 p.m. or you just fall asleep on the couch at 9 p.m., not saying that's ever happened to me, then you go right on ahead and do it. Okay? Now, one of the things that helps me the most when I'm overwhelmed, you're not going to be too surprised by this one, is movement. So let me tell you how I'm handling movement and fitting movement into my life right now. So my next point is to keep moving your body however you can, even when you're exhausted. I know that when you're completely tapped out, the last thing you want to do, or maybe the last thing you want to do, is do one more thing like move your body. I get it. But here's the thing, moving your body is going to make you feel better. Even just a little bit of movement. Even when you're exhausted, it improves your mood. It makes you feel better. Now, I'm not saying go and have a 2-hour bike ride when you're exhausted, but I am saying getting up off the couch and walking around the house a little bit can certainly help. Getting up from your desk at work and walking around the office a little bit can certainly help. It makes you feel grounded. It makes you feel like you're in more control. So this past week, I thought I was really unable to do anything, but I still kept my personal training session. And I went for my sad bike path walk after. And now I move more gently during the second phase of my cycle anyway, but I still make sure that I'm moving because it improves my mood so much. And let me be clear, I'm not talking about crushing a hard workout. Like I said, I'm talking about going for a walk. I'm talking about doing something gentle, a gentle bike ride. I'm talking about movement that feels good in your body. So movement doesn't have to be intense. Gentle movement counts. Even just 10 minutes is huge. 5 minutes even. Match your movement to your energy level. Movement improves your mood and it makes you feel grounded. Do whatever kind of movement feels good, whether it's a walk, a ride, a strength training workout, a stretch, a yoga, whatever it is that feels good to you. It's not about burning calories. It's never about burning calories. It's about feeling better. I know you're tired and I know you feel like you can't fit one more thing in, but I promise you, even 10 minutes of gentle movement will help. Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you about today is sleep, because I know so many of you are struggling with this one right now. I am struggling with it like absolute crazy. But I am telling you that prioritizing your sleep during this busy season is such a good idea. Even if you can't be perfect about it, give it a go, give it a try. Sleep is one of those things that we know we need, but we often sacrifice because there's just so much to do. But here's what I'm doing right now. Even though I keep waking up at 3:30, 4:30 a.m. and I can't fall back to sleep, I'm still getting to bed early. I'm prioritizing sleep as much as I possibly can. I've been having these 4 a.m. wake-ups all week. It's perimenopause, it's stress, it's December. A friend actually said to me today that she thinks her poor sleep is directly related to the activity of this season. And that was this game-changing moment for me. I was like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. And I can't necessarily control all of those things, but what I can control is getting to bed early. I've got no problem falling asleep. So if I make sure that I get to bed early, then I'm giving myself the best shot at getting as much sleep as humanly possible. If I can get good sleep even until 3:30 or 4 a.m., my Oura Ring isn't screaming at me the way that it does if I don't go to bed until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And here's the other thing. When you're exhausted, everything feels harder. Everything feels more overwhelming. But when you get even a little bit more sleep, you have more capacity to handle things. So get to bed early whenever you can. Even if you wake up early, you'll get some good sleep. Something is always better than nothing. Some sleep is better than no sleep. Sleep gives you the capacity to handle stress. You can't control everything like your 4 a.m. wake-ups necessarily, although there are some things you can do that will help, and we'll talk about that in a future episode. But you can control your bedtime. And also, I want you to know that rest is not you being lazy. Rest is a necessity. It's something that we need in order to get through our day. And so please, please, please make sure that you are prioritizing sleep during this crazy season, okay? And I know that it might feel impossible right now with everything that you have on your plate, but even just 30 minutes earlier to bed can make a difference. Give yourself this little gift of rest whenever you can. Your body needs it, your brain needs it, and you need it. You will feel so much better. So those are the things that I'm doing right now to take care of myself while I am in the midst of all of the craziness. And I'm telling you, I actually really did feel a little bit better today and a little bit more in control today than I have been feeling lately. And I just want to recap a couple of the points that I made, and then I am going to tell you about something that I am doing in January that might be exactly what you need. So my friend, let's recap what we covered today. First, make sure you catch yourself when you are spiraling and shift your focus. Instead of spiraling on everything that's going wrong, ask yourself, what can I do? What's going right? What would make today just a little bit better than yesterday? This shift gives you back some control and makes you feel like you're the one who's in charge. Second, give yourself permission to do what you need to do. Take the ibuprofen. Drink the coffee. Say no if you need to protect your energy. Go to bed early. There's no shame in taking care of yourself. Third, keep moving your body whenever you can fit it in. Even if it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even if you're feeling tired, just a small little bit of movement can really energize you and make you feel better. It improves your mood. It makes you feel grounded. 4, prioritize sleep whenever you can. Get to bed as early as you can. Something is always better than nothing in terms of sleep, and sleep gives you that capacity to handle stress. And here's what I really want you to take away from this episode. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything. You just have to focus on what you can do. Small, doable things. That's how we get through this. That's how we get through these crazy seasons. And, take some time to actually enjoy the time that you have with your family and take a step back and just take a pause and ask yourself, what do I really appreciate about my life and about my season and about all of the things that are happening and going on this week for me? So here's the thing. I know right now you're just trying to survive the next few days. I'm with you. I get it. But I also know that come January, you're going to be ready for something different. You're going to want to start fresh. And that's exactly why I created the totally free January Jumpstart Challenge. We are starting on Monday, January 5th, because let's be real, who's ready to do anything on January 1st? Not me. January 1st is for recovering. January 5th, that's when we're actually ready to get focused and make our health and wellness a real priority for 2026. This is a completely free challenge for anyone who wants to jumpstart their health, weight loss, or movement in 2026. And I'm going to be there with you every single step of the way, helping you get started in a way that feels good and feels sustainable. January is the time. This is when you get to start over. This is when you get to take everything you learned in 2025 and put it into practice and learn a few new things too. This is when you focus on what your body can do and create a plan that will work for your life in 2026. I want you in this challenge with me. I want to help you start 2026 strong. All you have to do is go to www.sassy.com/challenge. That's www.sassy.com/challenge, and you can sign right up. Like I said, it is totally free, and it is exactly what you are going to want and need on January 5th. Mark your calendar. Let's make 2026 the year that you feel good in your body, and I can't wait to do this with you. And I'm telling you, if this episode helped you today in any way, I would love for you to share it with a friend who might need to hear it too. Let her know about the challenge so she can sign up as well. Challenges are so much more fun with a friend. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe and follow the show so that you don't miss a single episode. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I am so grateful to you. You are doing better than you think you are. I promise you. Focus on what you can do. Give yourself some grace this season. And remember, you've got this. Happy holidays. I hope you have an amazing week. And I can't wait to see you next week right here and see you on January 5th for the challenge. Let's do this together. Talk soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Biking Wellness Podcast. Be sure to head on over to sassy.com/guide, sasscy.com/guide, to get my completely free Lose Weight Biking Quick Start Guide so that you can get started with simple, doable weight loss today. That's sasscy.com/guide.